Building a resonant pulse motor. This project took longer than expected. Parts failed. The circuit acted strangely, and the fixes weren't simple. But now it runs flawlessly. And if you stay till the end, you'll see exactly what happened and how I solved it. This motor is configured with 3 N52 neodymium magnets, 2 precision wound drive coils, a dual optical sensing feedback system, and 2 N-channel MOSFETs serving as the switching stage. One of the most important part is an optical sensor. Several other optical components were available, but this one had the right size and structure, so I chose it. This MOSFET is a high-speed electronic switch that controls current using voltage on its gate. The left optical sensor at the center triggers the drive signal for the right electromagnet coil, while the right optical sensor controls the left coil in the same manner. This scene shows the left magnet piston moving toward the left electromagnetic coil. As the magnet approaches the iron core, an attractive force is generated between the magnet and the core, which results in an increase in driving force at that moment. Before the magnet piston reaches its leftmost top position, power is applied to the left electromagnetic coil similar to how an engine ignites the spark slightly before the piston reaches top dead center. This timing maximizes the repulsive force and increases the overall driving torques. In this clip, the pink disc mounted on the flywheel approaches the optical sensor at the correct moment, allowing the system to detect the timing signal accurately. This is the components that will be used in this device. The first step involved mounting the optical sensor and the pink circular marker onto the flywheel to evaluate their positional alignment and detection timing. This initial setup was used solely for placement and timing verification. The temporary pink disc was later replaced with a metal panel designed to reliably interrupt the infrared beam. This is the control circuit I implemented for the device, incorporating 2 photo-optical sensors, 2 MOSFETs, and 2 electromagnetic coils. To protect the MOSFETs from inductive kickback generated by the coils, the circuit includes 2 flyback diodes, and each MOSFET is equipped with a gate-to-source resistor that ensures the gate discharges properly and the device turns off reliably. The electromagnetic coil used in this device was wound with 0.34 mm wire, with 800 turns completed over a period of 5 hours, requiring a total of 10 hours to wind both coils. However, this coil was not suitable for operation at low voltage, so it was later replaced. 2 dual high-power MOSFET trigger switch driver modules were used in the system, but both modules ultimately failed during operation. Although they were advertised as supporting up to 30 ampere, they malfunctioned at currents far below that rating, which led to their premature failure. The PWM board never worked, it was already burned. Without a flyback diode, inductive kickback may have caused the failure. Throughout the development process, multiple component failures occurred, but each root cause was identified and corrected step by step. After resolving these issues one by one, the system ultimately operated reliably and as intended. After all the failures and fixes, the system is finally running exactly the way it should. Let me show you the fully working version. Heatsink is installed. Power is on set to 21 volt. DC rectifier power is on. Control power is on and needs starting torque. The multimeter is measuring the input voltage, but because the signal is a pulse wave type, it cannot read the value accurately. RPM is gradually increasing. By bringing the polarity tester close to the iron core, it becomes clear that the electromagnetic coil is actively operating. Okay, let's take a look at the system from a full overview perspective. We've now seen that the system is operating properly. I'm shutting the power off. After all the troubleshooting and redesigns, the system is now operating exactly as intended. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel.